Mount Kinabalu, at 4,095 meters, is the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. Known by the local Kadazan people as Kinabalu, which roughly translated means the revered place of the dead. The desolate peaks are littered with stone offerings and sacrificial pools. It is said the dead spirits who make it their home mock those living who attempted to reach the summit. Tonight's Great Start tracks the exploits of one of the oldest men to dare scale Kinabalu's peak, a 69-year-old Singaporean man.
I'm Ko Hong Fan. I'm going to climb Mount Kinabalu. This is my first time mountain climbing. I never had before. One is our curiosity. The other one is I would like to experience the mountain climbing.
As we can see, Mr. Ko is traveling light for his big adventure, something our cameramen wished they had done too.
I'm 69 years old. But anyway, I think I'm physically capable of doing it, but I'm mentally prepared. I think I may be able to make it at this age. I have to test myself whether my health is permitted or not. Normally I jog early in the morning, 3 to 4 days a week, 10 kilometers to 15 kilometers. Based on this ground, I think I may be able to make it.
Mr. Ko, a member of the Singapore Recreation Club, is traveling on a group excursion organized by team leaders Lawrence Lee and Mary Tan. The summit trail is usually spread over 2 days, but Mr. Ko's group is attempting it in only one.
I think the whole team has been preparing since beginning of May, in fact.
The mental aspect is very important. Sometimes I have known of people who are actually physically very strong, but when they didn't understand the nature of mountain, they can get defeated because they were in too much of a hurry. But climbing is not that way. You have to be patient.
We just want to get the whole team up on the mountain top, and then we'll take it from there. How we get down is another issue, I suppose. I see Mr. Ko is a very fit person. He's been preparing a lot. He runs the marathon, in fact. So I don't see any problem. In fact, the problem would be people like us. Practically don't do anything during the week. Oh!
When my dad first came back and told me that he's going to climb Mount Kinabalu, I was kind of surprised. He is a very active person. He jogs a lot. Every morning he jogs. Basically, he put us to shame. I mean, when I jog with him, I will lose him. I'll lose to him. I've read a little bit about altitude sickness and things like that, so I was kind of worried on that. My advice to him was not to go, but he insisted to go. At the end of it, I say, all right, if you want to try, go ahead, but make sure you come back.
Upon arrival at the airport, Mr. Ko has just enough time for a coffee and donut before he takes the 2.5-hour flight to Kota Kinabalu, the largest city in Sabah, Malaysian Borneo. A speedy trip through customs and baggage claim brings our hero to a tribal reception by the taxi queue. The hotel in Kota Kinabalu city centre is the next stop. Taxi!
So has you climbed the Kinabalu mountain?
For me,
Yeah.
7 to 8 times.
What do you find?
Actually, if you have enough stamina training, no problem.
Oh, need stamina, is it?
Yes.
Is it very demanding?
Not really. Not
Not
really.
really.
Yeah, but tell us what we really want to know.
If you walk past this cinema, this twin cinema, you can find a very good seafood.
Where?
It's open here.
Opposite.
Yeah,
Behind all those
just
pictures.
opposite this picture.
Side
You go through, right?
Harbour, yeah.
You go through,
Yeah.
and then there's an open seafood.
Yeah, okay. Seafood.
Yes, very good.
Open?
Night time, about 6:30 onwards.
The afternoon is spent souvenir hunting in the mall, but there's only one thing on our hero's mind.
Going to look for the nice seafood. Seafood for our dinner. Just opposite our hotel, the car park, open car park.
When Mr. Kaur exits the mall, the sunny weather has gone and dark clouds are looming.
Weather looks bad.
It looks like going to rain.
Does that worry you at all?
Not now. Maybe tomorrow.
Could this be an omen of things to come? A seafood dinner has been on Mr. Kaur's mind all day. When it finally arrives, it's worth the wait. This is going to be their last big meal for 48 hours, so they're making the most of it.
My grandchildren calling from Tianjin, China. How are you? We start tomorrow morning. My grandchildren concerned about me. Ask me to take care. If I cannot go further, don't go. Stop halfway.
Kota Kinabalu isn't exactly a party town, so after dinner they visit a local market. One of Mr. Kaur's fellow mountaineers has found an item Mr. Kaur cannot resist. But will he get the chance to wear it? With the souvenir mission accomplished, the team is off to prepare for their great start ahead. After a 2.5-hour bus journey, the group arrives in Kinabalu Park, where all is quiet. Almost too quiet. Outside the park ranger station, our hero Mr. Kaur limbers up whilst waiting to get to the starting point.
You're all warmed up, all warm up.
Yeah.
We're going to start at 1,866.4 meters. We will stop at 2,700 meters for lunch. After lunch, we shall reach the rest house where we sleep for the night before we make the ascent to the summit the next morning.
And they're off.
Easy, difficult?
First, a quick word of advice from a couple on their way home.
The bit between Laban Rata and Sayatay is the most difficult bit.
I really like my gloves. They were good.
We were lucky we did it yesterday.
The so-called easy bit of the trail begins with a steep staircase through the rainforest. Songs are sung and spirits are high.
We started at what time? 7:45.
That means we are taking about 35 minutes to cover 0.8 kilometers.
Father,
Speechless.
Halfway to lunch. Very, very motivating. Work hard, work hard. But don't have too many energy replacement.
This will be the evidence for Malaysian government to charge us for polluting the environment.
Come on, let's walk faster.
So far, so good.
It wasn't difficult, it was hard. But it's hard because of the altitude.
Come on, just sing one more song. The same old song.
What are you eating there?
Mr. Kaur reveals the secret behind his superhuman stamina. At the 3.5-kilometer marker, the group has stopped singing, much to the relief of the cameraman, as the tough climb takes its toll. Motivated by the thought of lunch, they leave the rainforest and head into the cloud forest. The trail of twisted tree roots has turned into a slippery staircase of stone. The air is cooling and it starts to rain. It's at this point they decide to stop for lunch.
Okay, for our lunch.
Mr. Kaur's leg is beginning to feel the strain, but it's nothing his first aid kit can't sort out.
No privacy here. No privacy.
No privacy. No privacy. Sorry, eh?
You're warm, okay.
Keep warm,
It's
important to keep warm.
We've got to cover up this one. This is very important.
Enough?
You guys getting wet. Guess what? Much better. It's so cool.
1 tablet per 1 liter.
The 4-kilometer marker is reached shortly after lunch. The air is getting colder very quickly and breathing is becoming more difficult because of the altitude. Mr. Kaur's bag is proving a burden, so he hands it to the team leader. After a while, the dense cloud that has surrounded them since the start of the trek begins to lift, and Mr. Kaur gets his first view of the mountain peaks.
Beautiful views.
At last, we have reached 1/4 of the summit.
Half, you know.
Half?
I think half.
Not yet. Half is somewhere Lapak. It's about half, is it?
It's about half. From the foot of the mountain, this is a road, you know, road to the mountain, you see. Yeah?
Yep.
It takes about 8.5 kilometers to reach the summit.
More than half.
Try to push yourself every 5 steps first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Breathe lah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean 5 steps.
Breathe in.
Okay, then 5 steps. We have to leave now because the mist is coming out and it's covered. It's quite dangerous. So we have to move now.
And so our hero and the rest of the group move swiftly to the safety and warmth of the Laban Rata hostel, their shelter from the oncoming cloud, spurred on by thoughts of food, hot showers, and a bed. Will Mr. Kaur make it to the summit of Mount Kinabalu? What are the dangers that he has yet to face? And why all the shaky camera work? Find out after the break.
In fact, I don't expect raining at all. All my backpack, my shoes, my clothing was soaked with rainwater, and that increased your weight. Before I reached the Taman Latak, the weather was so cold. I was shivering. But even we reached the place, we are going to rest and have our lunch and dinner together. We don't have dinner, lunch.
Warm drinks, no beer.
Halfway through, I have a leg problems. My legs was so pain. I'm worried tomorrow journey I may not be able to make it.
After a breakfast of ginger tea and chocolate bars, Mr. Kaur gets ready to rock. The final grueling 3-kilometer journey to the summit will be spent almost entirely in darkness, as the group plans to reach it before sunrise. After a quick head count, the group heads off into the darkness, unaware of what dangers lurk ahead. After walking up a trail of makeshift wooden steps, our hero is confronted with a new challenge. Flickering torches point to a line of rope, which he must climb to continue. Other members of the group struggle to change torch batteries before they move on. The cold, darkness and lack of oxygen make this most dangerous section of the trail. Losing grip and slipping would result in a 100-meter fall to certain death. Pre-dawn light illuminates the sky, creating eerie silhouettes. As visibility increases, the 8-kilometer marker appears ahead. Of the 100 or so climbers who made the journey, Mr. Kaur is one of the last to arrive at the summit, 4 hours after leaving the toasty warm Laban Rata hostel.
My problem is that my leg is really worrying me. Every step I move, I feel the pain. Anyway, in my mind, I try my very best to reach the summit.
And so, the peak has been reached. Mr. Kaur has conquered Southeast Asia's highest mountain.
How are you feeling?
At last, I feel well. Fit.
Well done.
Cameraman,
When you want to be there? Or you want?
Must change the
this
position.
t-shirt very important,
Change
you
the
know.
position.
Mr. Kaur's hands are too cold to unzip his jacket.
This is for me. My hand is frozen. No problem. I cannot.
I take a different position.
Let's hope he doesn't need the toilet.
Open it up. Open it up.
No, today not very.
Just how come, but.
Hey, cameraman. Cameraman.
You land us, I take photo for you.
Okay,
I will take for you, no.
Steady,
man.
At last, I reached the summit. By then, it's about just before 7 o'clock, I think, in the morning. When I reach the summit, I feel so delighted and so happy.
Thank you.
Then one is number 1, I think.
Thank you.
As Mr. Kaur begins his journey down the mountain, clouds form, heralding the return to the cold that had briefly left after sunrise.
Watch out.
We wouldn't want to end Mr. Kau's great start with a cliffhanger, so here's the happy ending you've been waiting for.
Let me begin with jogging and mountain climbing is entirely different form of exercise.
All the time we know you as jogging only, you know. This is your first time you climb a high mountain. We are very, very impressed and impressed.
Now that he's back, I think it's quite an achievement for him. I think for a 69-year-old guy.
I know Ko for many, many years. But all the while he's a jogger and a beer drinker. And suddenly he told me he's climbing mountains. So I thought he's climbing a Mount Faber.
Well, I thought your jogging will help you a lot. You know,
Yes.
definitely help you.
For stamina.
For stamina.
Stamina-wise,
energy.
will help a lot.
Do you have breathing problems?
Oh,
and
yeah,
all?
definitely. The higher you go, the less the oxygen, the more difficult for you to live.
You don't carry oxygen mask, oxygen tank.
No.
Just there.
Just back.
He's talking about going to more mountains now. I don't know. He's talking even about some place in South Africa.
Africa, there's one mountain about 5,000 over meters.
I wouldn't go if I were him.
Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro.
Manjaro, is it?
Kilimanjaro.
I'm not too sure about the mountain also. But I'm still very concerned about this, yeah.
Cheers.